Who, me? I thought that was your job.
Still sounds choppy. Can't wait to get rid of this. Hello, everybody. It's
Well,
Monday, Sam.
there you. Yeah, don't remind me.
It's Monday. It is August 10th, 2026. We are in lovely Southern California.
Mostly lovely.
Mostly, well, today it actually looks pretty good. I went to Universal Studios yesterday with my
Oh,
son
good for
because,
you.
because as you know, if you live out here, you should have like a some sort of annual pass to one of the big theme parks, right? We've got like four of them.
I can't afford them now. You know, when I first moved here uh, in the '80s,
hmm
a full Disney pass was like $23. Now it's what is it like 150, $200?
An annual pass
No,
or
a
just a
regular
day pass?
day pass.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So I only go on very special occasions. Uh,
I
you
go
know,
on very special occasions when my wife schedules it for free.
well, yeah, I remember back in the day we used to get them for free.
because my wife works there, obviously.
Yeah,
And by the way, you can go for free if you ever want to go, Sam.
I know with you guys. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Um,
But we went to Universal Studios because my son loves the water park there.
of course he does. Yeah.
It was like 100 degrees yesterday,
Oh,
and so everybody and their mom plus their in-laws were there at the water park. So it was just packed. It was just packed. And people are so rude. I like put my bag down, I got my towel in there and my phone and things like that. And I'm playing with my son, we're in the water. And then I have my little spots in the corner. And then all of a sudden, and again, there's probably more than 100. It's not a huge water park. It's just this little tiny plaything. You've seen it. And so there's probably like 200 people in there. And so they just went over and took my bag and like his big family sat down, moved my bag into like the plants, just threw them in the plants. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just kind of knew it was going to be one of those days. My
hey,
son
time.
had a great time. My son had a great time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did. But I think it's time to welcome three of our core, the chorus people that we have that hang with us no matter what.
The
And
chorus
that,
people.
what I said, um, love and life,
Love and life.
Thea,
Thea.
and of course, and see Dad.
Good
Thanks for showing
afternoon.
up.
Good afternoon,
Well,
everybody.
for him, it's
For
afternoon.
him, it's
Yeah.
afternoon.
Anyway, thank you all for showing up. Uh, it's a modest group, but it's an intense group. That's the
I,
word I'm looking
I
for.
feel like Mondays, we're probably going to change our Mondays. I feel like Mondays are going to probably change.
To what?
Well, Mondays we don't get a huge we started Mondays cuz I remember what did we used to do? We did Thursdays and or no, we did Fridays and Wednesday and Monday.
Yeah, I don't want to do
And then we
Fridays.
did like 6 p.m.s. Why that's why we switched. But we switched to a 10 a.m. on Monday because we were hopefully trying to get our friends from across the pond. So it didn't really work out that way. We still get, we got a great group here on Monday morning, but it's probably going to change. It's probably going to change at some point. Just the time. Um
Don't
and
make
then
it
there's
what, earlier, you're
no,
saying?
it'll probably be later.
Oh, thank God.
And
I
plus
can
we
barely, I can
what does it
barely
say?
make it to this.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying later. So the schedule will probably be a little different. So Vicky is checking in from France.
Ah, bonjour, comment
Bonjour,
allez-vous?
NC Dad, and let's see, Vicky, Bon Appetit. Yeah, that's it. And Laura. Today we're gonna go through some of these discords we didn't get to last time because we talked about ourselves and our project.
Now
Because
that we have nothing.
we're good at that. We're good at that. So we do have some questions here. We're gonna start with Thea. Sam will keep an eye on the chat while I'm in Discord. But
Okay.
Thea asks, "What's the very worst thing that's ever happened to you at work, and what's the very best?" I feel like we've probably answered some version of this, but the worst thing that ever happened, we had we had Mary J. Blige. You remember Mary J. Blige?
Oh yeah.
She came into the studio. We did like a one-on-one with her. I regrettably had my PA come up with some questions for Mary J. Blige. And apparently they looked up a Wikipedia page of her or something, which, as we know, it's not very accurate. So there were like the first 5 questions our host asked Mary J. Blige. All of them, she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. What is that? And then something was like, yeah, we heard there's a rumor that you're going to be a part of the such and such show. She's like, what? I am. And my host just looked at me because I was producing it. He just looked at me and he's like, going, what are we doing? And he just he threw like all these questions away, and then he just started asking his own. And so yeah, that was probably one of my worst days. And then I had to have a talk with the PA and say, what the hell, dude? What the hell? And there was no answer other than, I'm sorry, I looked it up on Wikipedia. I thought it was good. And I'm like, no, don't ever do that again. That was the worst.
Yeah.
What was your worst?
Are you talking about the absolute worst
Absolute
that
worst.
would be embarrassing to talk about? Not embarrassing.
Well, had to have happened at work, of course.
Yes, yes. All right, I'll tell you this one. It's way back now in the mid '90s. I don't know if I mentioned this, and I hope I'm not bothering anybody with this, but I went through the most horrendous divorce. I never imagined it was this bad. But basically, I was railroaded out of my life by my ex. And we had 2 toddlers, and the whole thing was just heartbreaking. And she just went from being kind of reasonable person as an alcoholic to totally unreasonable. Went behind my back, got a divorce decree, got the judge on her side. Her lawyer lied left and right about me having guns. Can you see me owning a gun? I'm even afraid of bee shooters. But and that I was a drug addict, which I didn't. Of course, I did have a little toke now and then, but she was always with me doing that. But somehow that ended up being in the dissertation about how rotten I was as a parent and a father, which was farthest from the truth. I was Mr. Dad. I'd work night shift and come home and take care of the kids all day. Anyway, one day on a couple days before Thanksgiving, she sat me down and said, I filed papers for divorce. There's no way to reconcile. You can't do anything about it. It's going to happen. And then she said, I don't think I ever loved you anyway, which was kind of harsh after 10 years and 2 kids. So, where was I going with this?
Well, hopefully this was at work because this is a work question.
I'm getting there. Okay. All right. Are you trying to rush me here?
No.
All right. So I'm miserable. I'm crying left and right. I'm literally crying so hard I can barely breathe. And this is going on for months now because of the horrible crap I've been dragged through. So I got a new job. I went there and I was having a bad day. I was crying, and one of the schedulers came by and she said, "What's the matter? What's wrong?" I said, "I'm going through a really bad divorce." And she said, "Well, tell me about it." So I broke down, of course, and just was sobbing and telling her the whole story. And she was very comforting, very comforting.
Well, that's good.
I pulled myself together, went back to work. The next morning, when I came in, the owner pulled me aside and said, "It turns out we're not going to need your help here anymore." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Well, we just don't have enough work for you." So I was like shocked, and I knew something had been said to somebody. So when I left, I walked by her office and stood there in the doorway looking at her, and she would not raise her head and look me in the eye. I know what happened. She went and told this to the boss after I confided in her when she asked me to confide in her. And then I just left instead of saying you something or other.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
I will say that, it's funny. I think I talked about this before too. There was one time I broke down at work, and it was when they let me go, but it was kind of a shock that I was being let go after so many years.
Mm.
And I only broke down because I was about to ask my wife if
Oh,
she wanted, well, she wasn't my wife. I was about to ask my girlfriend if she would be my wife. And I was thinking, and we were looking at houses and things like that. And then this came out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my God. And I felt like my world just crumbled. And so they didn't fire me for, confiding, but it's the one time I did break down. It's the one time I did break down a little bit. It
in
wasn't
front of
I
anybody? In front
Oh
of
yeah, no, it
anybody?
was in front of my boss who, said we got to let you go. And then
Yeah,
she's like,
what
"Are
they
you
want.
okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not
I
okay."
know it's stupid. I had the same thing at Pop when they were letting everybody off that they didn't deem hip enough, and I was pretty freaking hip to begin with. But I think it had something to do with age. Everybody else there
Of
was like in
course.
their 20s or 30s.
Mhm.
So, but they hid that by letting go of a couple of young guys too, just to cover it up. And I spoke to the other guys that were a little older, and they all agreed that they just getting rid of the older people. And
Yeah.
the way they did it was really, really not only embarrassing but just callous. There's a there's like a bullpen of in the middle of the office area, and
Like
in the
cubicles and stuff.
yeah, no cubicles, just desks with little dividers, so
Yeah, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
could talk over the desk, whatever.
Yeah.
So in the middle of that room was this glass, four-sided glass conference room, right? And that's where they would call the people in to fire them, and everybody in the entire office could see what was happening
Mhm.
and hear it too.
Yep.
So I thought that was extremely callous and just horrible of them. So I told them, I said, "So you drag me in here in front of everybody to tell me that my career is over with you guys after 13 years of being with you, and the way you're
This
doing
is
it
the way you
is
do it. Yeah.
and this is the way you're doing it. How dare you? How
Yeah.
dare you? I hope you feel this way when you get I use the shit, but when you get that on you."
Yeah.
Um, so it was embarrassing. So I got up and stormed out of the room.
As you should. Well, that's the thing that changed about the way I felt about my employer, because I came from a corporate world into an entertainment world. So for me, there was always, at least back then, there was a sense of loyalty. There was a sense of like, hey, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks.
That's gone.
That does not matter at all in the entertainment industry in particular, because
Yeah, I don't think
they
it
will
ever
let
has.
they will let you go like that. So
Drop of
I
a hat.
and so I honestly, and I tell people this, and I tell my my APs or my PAs or whoever is underneath me, I'll tell them, like, look, if you're happy, you'll go a long way and you work hard and all that stuff. I said, but if you're not happy, I said, just leave. Don't worry about it. Go somewhere else. And you don't need to tell, you don't have to give me 2 weeks. Just go. Just go. But if you want to be here, then you want to be here. And there was one who actually took me up on that.
I've
He
never
actually did quit, but
good for him. I've
good
never
for
or her.
us. Yeah.
I've never had the 2-week option. It's
Yeah.
always, it's Friday. Here's your paycheck. Goodbye.
Right,
Anyway,
exactly. Did they ever give you yeah, they never gave you 2 weeks. An employer never gives you 2 weeks, so why do you have
not
to give
not
that
in
same
this
courtesy?
not in this business. No,
No,
they're
no.
but before we go any further, maybe we should talk about other things than ourselves again.
Well, that was the very first question.
I
So
mean,
what
there's a whole conversation going on in the chat, and I'm lost.
all right, let's
So
what do
forgive
we
us,
got
guys.
what do we got in the chat? Thanks, SC
Well, do you
Dad.
want me to
Rest
start? There's already a lot of talk going on here. NC Dad's here. Bad Wolf is here. Lisa's here. Who
That's
else?
awful, Sam. Horrible
Uh,
person. They break. Yeah, it's just they're talking about your story.
Vicky. Vicky's here. Vicky's here as well. Of course, you know Thea's here.
Hmm.
Love and Life is here several times.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, NC Dad asked the question. What a dumb question. Are you okay after being let go? Some people just don't think before they speak. I mean, I have to say, every the old adage where it says, one door closes, another one opens up. It's probably going to be better. That's actually always worked out for me. Like if whenever I end up leaving, I always seem to find something better or something that's going to be challenging and different, which is great. And usually it means more money. So I was okay. I mean, it sucked at the time. Don't get me wrong. It sucked, but
yeah.
but the next like within the next 2 weeks or something, I had another job. I was getting paid more. I mean, I even talked about my last day at TV Guide Network. After that was like a 5-year stint, or it was Lionsgate, I guess at the time. They let me go, and literally that day, Jay Leno's knocking on my door after on
Yeah.
my day I was let go, and
Now
then
that
I'm on TV.
that was a funny story. I saw the clips and I was shocked.
Oh, it's hilarious. Well, I think I showed everybody. I think I
Yeah,
showed everybody on the.
yeah, you did.
It was pretty funny.
But what? Let's get to the questions. What do we have?
Well,
Anything?
that was one of the questions. So let me
Yeah.
continue on. Let's see here. Second question: Have you ever had a freak accident at work or witnessed one? I have not. I have not. Like we've had like something technically not work, like for a live feed or something, but other than that, but then it gets fixed within like 5 minutes.
Are you talking about something that's happened to us, or we were involved in, or just something we saw?
It's both. Has it ever happened to you, or have you ever witnessed one?
I've witnessed a bunch of weird ass stuff.
Like
Probably
a
one of
freak accident, yeah.
well, I wouldn't call them accidents, just the way something turned out.
Hmm.
I'll give you I was it was the anniversary of no, it wasn't the anniversary. It was a celebration for Danny Kaye, one of my favorite actors, singers, comedians, hilarious. Danny Kaye was a genius. He passed away, so his daughter brought all this footage of him to us at the place I was working at, and I was supposed to sort it out, clean it through those caustic machines, and then put it together and put it in reels, and then had the reels ready for transfer, and then color correct and put together some sort of semblance of a story. Well, I had one of the, and some of those reels are big. They're like 20 inches and they're really heavy. So I dropped one and it went rolling down the long hallway of the machine room where we kept all our gear and stuff, because we were in these soundproofed isolation booths where we did the work, but the machinery ran and it was hot and all that crap. So we kept it really freezing out there. But the reel went rolling down all the way down. I'd have to say at least 150 feet because it's a long hallway. And as it rolled, it was unraveling film.
Yeah,
You
that
should have seen
sucks.
my face.
Oh,
That
that sucks.
you remember Home Alone?
Of course.
That's I thought, oh, that's it. I'm dead. That's the second time. That's twice in my career where I thought I was literally dead. Um, so I quietly, luckily nobody was in there. I quietly rolled it back up and then put it through the cleaning machine again. Apparently nothing. Well, it wasn't in the best shape, and it was old film from the 40s and 50s. So it was. I lucked out. But boy, talk about scary and having to change your underwear. Oof.
Yeah, I had a moment. I think I talked about this too, where I was just an associate producer at the time, and some we had to get a show out the next day. Like it literally had to be done, so we had to have overtime for this editor to stay and do it. But he goes, "Can I?" He goes, "I know you guys are in a rough spot here." He goes, "I'd be willing to do it." And I was the only one there. Everybody else had gone, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I mean, just stay and get it done, and let's do this." But he spent. I ended up leaving. He stayed overnight, like an extra 12 hours.
That's typical.
That's overtime. All of it was overtime, and so our budget was completely gone. Now, an editor, if you don't know, costs a lot of money.
Back then.
Editors, yeah, editors were the big part of the budget already, and then this guy charged us. He goes, "All right, so here's my stuff, and here's what you guys owe me." And my boss or the showrunner for the show that we were doing was like, "What the hell? What the hell is this?" And ended up firing the guy. He didn't
Oh,
say much. He didn't say much to me. He was just like, because he knew it had to be done, and he knew I was the only one there. And this was like at 2 a. This was like 2 in the morning. So I was still at work at 2 in the morning, and he just kind of let me off the hook, thankfully. But I thought I was going to be fired when I heard the guy say, "You owe me this," and then he goes, "Not only are we not going to pay you that, but you're fired. You're done." Then he
what,
told
they
the guy
didn't
that
pay him anything?
they probably ended up having to, but I'm just telling you what he told him. And then I'm thinking, all right, here he goes. He's going to say something to me. And he didn't say anything. He just walked off. I was like, oh my God. And it was like you're like, where's the extra pair of underwear that you need in moments like that? Because I thought I was done. Thought I was done.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't shoot you.
Exactly. Exactly. For real.
Oh, yeah. Well, our mutual friend that we worked with or
Mm-hmm.
tried to work with,
Mm-hmm.
the guy I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
uh, he almost beat me up physically.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Maynard.
He tried to what? No, he did
He
not.
yes, he tried to hit me.
What?
And I went right. I was like, "Are you serious?" And I walked out, went right to Patrick's office and told him about it. And of
Patrick, our
course,
post supervisor.
yeah. And guess what he did?
What?
Abso-freaking nothing.
He
Absolutely
probably wound up
nothing.
and said, "Sam, I swear I'll give you."
No, he said, "You guys have to work it out." I'm like, "Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for your management skills. I don't know
Yeah.
how I would have lived without him."
I loved Patrick. He was such a nice guy, but yeah, he was
He
very
was useless.
non-confrontational.
Nice
He
guy
was,
would do anything to avoid confrontation at
yeah,
every single cost, any cost. He'd
yeah,
rather avoid that conversation
yep.
or conflict or
hmm
confrontation, which I almost had with him too, because he was insufferable. But a
There,
nice guy though.
nice guy. There are people who do the fake it till you make it kind of thing, and so
Oh,
they
and that
just
guy wasn't. Yeah.
so they just kind of like want to blend into the background, don't want to make any noise, that kind of thing. So I feel like that's a lot what was going on with him. I love the guy. He was great. Everything. Every time I talked to him, it was nice. But
You know what amazed me about him is his career. Up until joining
yeah,
our place, he had some really impressive jobs, like super high paying jobs. And I'm like, is this a doppelganger or what? Because
yeah.
that wasn't him. Anyway, all right, what other questions we have?
Let's see. Ta-da-da-da-da. Have any Christmas commercials brought you to tears? Another one from Thea.
Yeah. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah.
All of the ones that I can think of are Jolly Bee.
Yeah, those, yes. Okay, I'll go with that. But going back to my childhood, well, my favorite Christmas commercials were one with Frosty the Snowman,
Oh
the
yeah.
stop motion stuff.
Sure, sure.
And the other stop motion thing was Santa Claus riding a Norelco shaver down the
I
hill.
do
And
remember
the
that. That didn't
I
bring
got
you to that didn't bring you to tears
no,
though.
but but I loved it. I thought it was, how are they doing that?
Yeah. I totally remember that one too. Yeah, I would say for me, I mean, like I did like there was some Budweiser ones where with the Clydesdales there was like puppies involved or you know baby horses or something. I'm sure one of those was probably a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, I don't know. I would say Jolly Bee's the only thing that pops into my head. And if you want to watch any of those, go watch our Jolly Bee commercials, reactions to the commercials. They're
Yeah,
really
you
good.
want to see tears?
Yeah, we're
Uh,
we're just wrecks after some of these.
here's a question from Maureen that I feel is a little inappropriate. But the question is, can AI do the editing? What jobs can AI do in film? What can it do? Well, first of all, yes, they can edit, but you wouldn't want the edit. They have a whole other logic of things. It would just be a jumble, a mess. And besides, it would put a lot of people out of work, which we don't want to do. So I would only use it as an augmentation like I do with helping me organize and do some graphic work. That's it. I will not let it write anything for me because it's to get it to say what you want properly is a nightmare. I just spent like the entire weekend trying to get uh, two different AIs to help me fix my NordVPN connection because the Nord people were absolutely useless. I was on for 3 hours through four people and they couldn't figure out the problem. So I said, all right, let me ask ChatGPT or Gemini. And they put me through a ring around too. So I'm like,
Yeah,
don't get Nord because it
well,
sucks.
VPNs are always. I mean, at least my experience with VPNs. Not to really dive into this because who I don't think anybody really cares, but it's never done. It's never sped up any of my stuff.
No, no.
It's always slowed me down.
But
Uh,
Nord went. I was with Surfshark, and they were horrible, even worse. But I switched to Nord because they advertised that our servers are so fast. If you lose anything, you lose somewhere between 5 and 10%. So I lost 90%.
yeah, it's
I'm not
it's
kidding.
yeah.
90%. No matter what we did, no matter what kind of rigmarole they had me follow over and over and over again, nothing changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so AI, no, only for augmented and support is the only thing I would use it for. This whole thing of generating actors through AI uh, makes me sick, although I'm planning on doing that myself.
Yeah, I think for the most part AI is not there yet. Now there are some studios that are going to make AI movies, but for the
Already
most
happening.
part and it's happening, but they're creating them at the moment. But for the most part most people use AI to help them kind of brainstorm. That's a good brainstorming tool. It's a good way to start a project, if
Good
you're
note taking, too.
good note taking. It'll help you sort out your thoughts. So you can throw a bunch of crap in and then say, sort this out, and it'll sort it out for you. And then it'll give you, while it's not perfect by any means of creating story or scripts or anything like that, at
By no
least
means.
it at least will give you a good starting point where you can be like, oh, okay, I see what okay, so let's start here. It's just a good way to start something. It's not really there for anything other than Like for me anyways, it's analytical. It's good for analytics if you want to like put some numbers in and kick something out that you're looking for, but it's still like not the best search engine. It's not great at giving you up to date information. Uh, but
I
it's a
like
good
when
source.
they completely miss really obvious stuff that you know is there, and they're like, don't have a clue about it.
Yeah,
Then I have to tell them where it is, tell them to go look at it here, and they go, "Oh, great work." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing your freaking work for you, you
yeah.
piece of crap."
Well, here's a
Uh,
funny thing. A funny thing that you're saying right there, because I asked, I think it was just Chat GPT. Now this is stupid because the example's stupid, but I was just playing a game and I'm like, hey, where do I find lithium in this No Man's Sky video game? And it tells me, yeah, actually with the update, you can't really find it anymore. You can't mine it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm
uh,
like, and all I said was, are you sure? And it says, oh, actually you can. And I'm like, well, what the hell, dude? So I got to
that
double check with you every time.
absolutely every time that happens to me, I lose it because it's
Uh,
a. This is what
Thank
happened
you,
over
Etsy
the
Dad.
weekend. I was working on Premiere, trying to edit this thing, and I'm like, I need to know how to do this. I've seen the demos of it, but I'm a little confused. Can you give me a step by step on how to do it? So it gives me a step by step. I follow it, and the first thing I run into is, well, what you're telling me to adjust is not there. And it said, "Oh, sorry, my bad. That's an older version. I
Yeah,
gave you the version I wanted worked
yeah,
on, yet you still went somewhere else."
yep.
And then I said, "Well, go ahead and continue." So it went with the new version. It went down. It said, "Do this." I go to do that, and that's missing too. And I'm like, "What the hell are you up to? Are you jerking me around? Because none of your instructions make any sense and don't match what you're telling me to do." And it goes, "Oh, my bad." Anyway, this went on for like, I hate
Yeah,
to admit this, 10 times.
yeah,
Finally said, "You know what? You're effing useless and I hate you. Even though you're just a machine, I hate you."
yeah,
And I hung up and but I went on to YouTube and boom,
yep.
got the answer.
Did a Google search and it gave me the right answer.
Yeah, Google. It's really
Just
funny.
do a just
Google.
do a regular Google search.
Well, here's the thing I found doing this exact same problem. I went to Gemini and it had the same looping issue. But then I
Hmm.
went to straight Google and I got the answer.
Hmm. Yeah, I still think Google search is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, my question is why don't they incorporate the two so that Gemini could have a brain? I feel like it's the freaking scarecrow or something.
Well, I do have I just subscribed to the Gemini AI Pro, Google AI Pro program. So we'll see how that works out. But to answer, go back and recircle back to what you were asking. I don't think it's there yet for editing. Certainly, there are some clips, 5 second, 10 second. They have longer clips now that you can make using AI, but it's so it's for the people like us. It's really not. It's not there yet. Now I'm sure there are some really expensive models you can buy or some people are using that make it a little easier, but it's not
Uh,
there for the consumer yet.
NC Dad mentions that I've seen uh, a few reactors that use AI animation instead of themselves. I'm seeing that and it is freaking horrible.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
You can tell it's AI. I'm watching this guy who's a doctor and I go, this is starting to look like AI because he's sitting there talking, but his hand gestures is what clued me. He
Yeah.
kept doing the same exact hand gestures for the entire video. It was good information, but he didn't want to get on camera, so he had this stupid avatar. And there are some guys, like there's this one guy who I hate. He puts a little avatar of himself in a small corner, and he does the narration, and the avatar is supposed to be speaking it, but it's never in sync. So
Yeah.
that's even more irritating. I don't know why people do this crap. If you don't want to be on camera, just don't be on camera. When we did 10 Reasons Why, I wasn't on camera and I still got a lot of hits
Mhm.
because I just did it like a narration.
Mhm.
You know, I don't want people to see me, but if I have to, I wouldn't use an AI. That's for
Now,
sure. That's
the
why my mug is here.
Thea Thea says, "Chat GPT annoys me. It gives me answers I know are wrong. When I tell it, it says, 'Oh, you're right.'" Yeah, yeah. I think
That's
it's
they're all
exactly
geared.
right.
They're all trained to be like that, to be uh, diminutive, to be apologetic, to go, "Oh, you're so smart." I mean, it's literally told me stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, if I'm so smart, why are you effing up?
Yeah, why am I talking to you? I won't go looking for mushrooms in the wood with the answers of Chat GPT. No, and you should, and you certainly shouldn't, Vicky. You should, you shouldn't,
Don't take
because
any advice like car buying or how good is this program or uh, a medical advice. God, no.
yep.
You don't know what it's telling you.
Yeah, like I said, that some of the AIs have, like, they're only trained up through a like, the machine learning is only trained up through a certain date. So
2024.
so some of them are like 2024, 2025, whenever they ended up stopping the training, which is the all the the testing that humans put into it. So they all those things stop at a certain point. So it only goes up to a certain point with its information. So that's why you can ask, if you have an AI, ask the AI, does it have a cutoff date for information?
Yeah,
And
I
some of them will tell you they don't have a cutoff date; they're up to date. Chat GPT, well, Copilot, for example, Copilot is will tell you, no, I do real time searching, and I'm like, well, you suck at it because a lot of the information is wrong. I even asked, can you tell me how many subscribers my YouTube channel has? And it'll go out and it told me something from like 3 months ago.
or what happens with me is it'll say I can't access that information.
Really?
Yeah, when I try to tell it analyze this, that, and the other thing. That's what happened to me. You remember that long ass document I sent you about the channel
Yes.
and how to make things better and all that?
Yes.
Well, it went through and it read all these YouTube documents and made a report, which looked pretty good. Um,
Yeah. So I
I
just
lost my.
well, I was just gonna say, I just asked Copilot. It actually updated it because I had asked it this before. So, and I told it to correct itself. So now I think we have, what do we have? 192? 192 plus thousand subscribers. Thank you, everybody.
192, 700 and change.
All right, there you go.
752, I think it was. Yeah, which is shocking. I didn't think we'd ever get this far.
Yeah,
I just wish the money would come with it.
sure. But I asked it, what is the current subscriber count on Hollywood Producers React YouTube channel? And it says it currently has over a little over 190,000 subscribers, which is exactly what I told it last time, because it said 183,000. I'm like, you're a little off. You're a little off. It's actually over 190,000 now. So now it just repeats a little over 190,000 every time I ask it. So it doesn't have up to date. Now, if I ask, is your uh, information up to date? It'll tell me yes. The subscriber count I gave you is up to date based on your stored channel data.
Well, that's stupid. I have the actual real time live count.
Mhm.
It is right now, before we lose anybody, 100, 192,249 people. So that's very impressive.
Yeah.
But we are in the midst of trying to get ready to change the format a bit.
Well,
To
adding.
no, you're right. We're adding. We're not getting rid of anything, but we're adding something that'll make more money, hopefully, other than the zero amount we make now because everything's blocked.
Well, yeah, music. You can't make a living doing music,
No.
but we obviously we enjoy it. It's something we really
Yeah,
enjoy. In fact,
absolutely. Yeah.
does nobody here like Jenny from Blackpink?
Yeah. What's the story with that? Uh, we put out a song by her, Less Than a Lover, a couple days ago, and it's been getting millions and millions
It
of
was
views
yes,
all over.
it was yesterday. It went out,
Yeah.
but usually when we put a Blackpink out, it does fairly well.
Or Blackpink related.
Lisa or Jisoo or Rose or Jenny. The thing with when these girls do their singles, they always get blocked. So we had to dispute it to get it on. But this may go down as the worst viewed reaction we've ever had, and that goes back to the day we started.
When I woke up
we
this
had nobody.
Yeah, that's true. There were a lot of shows where nobody was watching.
Like
Anyway,
literally.
so here's the stats right now about Jenny. This morning when I got up, I usually just check the dashboard, and it said we had 27 views, which is
Yeah.
ridiculously low for us. It is now
Says 28.
30. Yeah.
31. 31 is what it says.
Yes, 31. So in 4 hours. So
It's so crazy. It's
actually
so
longer than
crazy.
4 hours. That's from when I woke up. It went up at 3 a.m. Local time.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just curious if anybody actually likes Jenny that's here today.
It's a beautiful song. I love this song. It harkens back to like I don't know, like the 80s, like yacht rock, but it isn't really rock. It's kind of what would you call it? A
I
ballad?
don't know. It's
Not
like
really a
it's
ballad.
like a I don't know. That's a good like what would you call Christopher Cross? Like sailing, yacht rock, right? I guess he's yacht rock.
Yes.
So that's about as close as I could say for this particular song. Obviously, Jenny is not yacht rock, but the song itself is like a just a chill ballad, but more than like happier than a ballad kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to describe it, which is
Go
why I
watch
liked
it.
it. Yeah.
Go watch it because it's actually a very, very good song. I was impressed and surprised that she would go that way. It's a beautiful song, man. Beautiful.
NC
Brought me-
Dad. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go
yeah.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say NC Dad was saying the changes that we're making, the additions we're making is that we're adding him to the show.
Unfortunately, that's true.
That's not true.
Well, he brings a lot to the table, and I'm personally very thankful.
He promised that if he came on the show that he would drink hot sauce on every episode.
I can't go with that. I don't want to be sued by his
Whoa, this is his choice. This is his choice.
Yeah, but his widow's not going to agree with that. She's going to sue, I can tell you now. So but maybe once, not every week.
No, it has to be every episode. Lisa says she does like. It's funny that your name's Lisa, because Lisa from Blackpink. Anyway, Lisa says she does not like Jenny's music for the most part, and that's fine. This isn't like any other Jenny song I've heard, though.
Not at all. It's totally surprisingly like, is this the same artist? Who wrote this? It's completely different.
It is completely different. But at any rate, I'm just curious if anybody here likes Jenny, because it seems like a lot of people do not.
If you're a sentimental kind of person like I am, who cries at the drop of a hat like I do, you're going to love this song.
All right, back to the questions.
No, I've meant that.
Worst gift you ever got?
I got one. What about you? Do you have any?
I don't think I can't think of one off the top of my head, but give me a moment. Go ahead.
Okay, when I was in college, I had a girlfriend, and we were very serious. And we, for Christmas, we'd go to her mom's who lived alone, and celebrate it with her because we didn't want her to be alone. So, but she was one of those kind of people that would be wearing Rudolph the Red-Nosed sweaters with the nose glowing
Yes.
like with batteries or something.
Yes.
I mean, just totally Christmased out. The house was a mess with Christmas crap. Anyway, her favorite gift for me was this oversized sweater, Christmas related sweater. Usually Santa coming on the sleigh or some other really stupid comment, and she gave me this every year. That's all she ever gave me was these stupid sweaters, which I ended up giving to charity. But I was like, can't you think of a book or something? Come on, man. A
She's
book
like,
would have been cheaper than this.
she's like, make it fun, make it worth. Get somebody something they would never buy.
The hard part was having to wear it during our visits, and I also would, if I still had one, I would wear it to her house the next year or whatever.
Come on, Ralphie. Ralphie, put it on.
That's how it felt. Yeah.
I would say the worst one I ever got was there's a couple of them. Although, well, one of them was I wanted Transformers one year, and all I got were GoBots. It's very upsetting.
Well, they were good too.
No, they sucked. They were horrible.
I never had either, so
They were the worst. And then the other one I got was from and I remember the girl who gave it to us. We went to the roller rink. It was called Roller Rink East. We had our birthday party there. I had a twin brother, so we both obviously were there. And we had a bunch of our friends from school show up, and there was this girl named Anita Jabro. She was the daughter of our doctor, and she got and you have to understand, as twins, they usually just give you a gift and say, this is for the both of you, which was the worst thing ever. But I got like a Michael Jackson doll. She gave me a Michael Jackson doll with different outfits and accessories that you could put on the Michael doll.
Did she know you were a guy?
So she was like, I think she knew that we liked Michael Jackson, but
Sure.
she had no idea. Who knows? At that age, it could have been the mom that bought it and said, I don't know, maybe they'll like this.
Here's the thing, though. If you'd kept that, it'd be worth something.
I know. But I just remember her giving it. A lot of the kids there laughed. She got upset. And I went over and I'm like, it's a great gift. It's okay. I really like it. I really do.
What? Such a nice guy.
I was a nice guy.
What happened? What happened?
I think I ended up playing with. I mean, I ended up opening all my gifts and then like at home, and then I'm sure I must have put on like the Thriller jacket or something. I don't know, and the glove, and I don't know. I just remember it was like it sticks in my brain. Like I remember the moment I opened it, and then everybody just started laughing. And kids can be cruel, man. Kids can be cruel.
Oh God! Speaking of cruel, I my entire grade school and high school life, I was the absolute magnet for bullies. They loved me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maureen suggests something that I'm going to admonish her for, which is ugly sweater contests.
I love ugly sweaters. I love them.
Never bring that up again in my presence.
I have
because
some
I
good
hate
ones.
those kind of sweaters.
Oh, I have some good ones.
But I will wear weird T-shirts. Now that's different.
That's true. He does. Let's see. Let's see if there's another question here. By the way, thank you for the questions. I think
Yes.
Megsy also.
All you guys, thank you. Is Megsy here?
I think so. Right? Am I wrong?
Oh
no, maybe she's not.
Anyway, thanks everybody for all those questions. Keep them coming because we have no talent to figure out what to do next. So
Sure
tell us.
I got it. I got some questions here. Thea has one.
I'm trying to be funny.
If you could own a car from any TV series or movie, which would it be and why?
Mm, you go first.
There's a few, but I mean, everybody wanted the Knight Rider car. I always wanted a Trans Am because
Me
of
too.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, I love the Trans Am, the
Yeah.
GTO.
Oh man.
Uh, but if I had to pick one car, can it be something that's not a car but also a vehicle to travel in?
I mean, it's specific to a car, but yeah, sure.
All
Go
right,
for it.
I'll do
Go
my
for it.
second choice.
Yeah.
Well, no, my first choice was the Chariot from Lost in Space. I love that thing.
All right.
The other choice would be the original Batmobile
Oh
because
yeah, that's a good one.
that had the best styling.
Yeah, I agree with that. Magnum PI Ferrari was great.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
good car.
there was a show where it was a video game guy came to life and he could turn into a car, he could turn into a helicopter, he could turn into whatever he wanted. But there was a car, it was very much like Tron. So it would go up and pew, pew, pew. I love that car. I think the show lasted like a season, if that. But it was horrible. But I loved it because I was a kid and I was into that stuff.
Yeah, the Batmobile. Getting back to that, really, I I didn't like any of the film ones. I tolerated the original film with Michael Keaton. That one was okay. Uh,
Yeah, that's
no, at the time, I was out of work and selling these little battery powered cars that kids can drive. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I used to have them.
and the distributor gave me one of those Batmobiles from the first Batman movie, and I brought it home. And my son, who was like 2 years old, I let him drive it around the courtyard of our complex, and he proceeded to drive it straight towards the pool. And but thank God I literally ran, jumped, and stopped it as the wheels were just tipping over the edge. And I'm like, you can't do that, son. And he was like, yeah, yeah, go, baby.
But I want the water. I want the car in the water. No, you don't want that. Yes, I do. I want it. I'm gonna go in the water.
I have to say, the best time of my life was when my kids were small.
They say that's the
The-
best period of a parent's life is when
oh,
they're down there. Oh yeah, DeLorean, Lisa, good one.
DeLorean, yes. The
Obviously.
Doc Brown version, or
Oh, I would assume so, right?
now there's also a car that came out just
Oh, the
before
Bond
the
car.
DeLorean called a Bricklin. Now the Bricklins were really cool. Kind of looked like a DeLorean, but um, instead of a metal skin, it was made with this super durable plastic that you couldn't dent. Yeah, I saw commercials where they would take like jackhammers and just anything they could to try to dent it, and it wouldn't move. If you were in an accident, nothing would happen to your car. And to protect you, the faster you went, the front bumper would actually project out on this motor and make it so that there's just a little bit more room between you and the car you're going to hit, which I thought was cool. And it had the wing doors,
Yeah, the gold doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, actually, we called them Batwing because they folded into themselves.
Hmm.
I wanted one so badly, but I
Sounds
was
nice.
a teenager with no money, so.
Dukes of Hazard. When I was a kid, I really liked that car. Looking back on it, that show did not age very well. But I did love that car. I did love that car. In fact, that's still one of my favorite video games of all time is the Dukes of Hazard on the ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Great car. And it was, that was the show to me. You watch the Dukes of Hazard for the car. So yeah, I would say that's pretty iconic. There was a James Bond. Well, what's the James Bond car that would
Austin?
also turn into a submarine?
Oh, that was a Lotus.
The Lotus. That was a great car.
Hmm.
But yeah, all these cars are great. All these cars are great. Those are good ones. Certainly Kit from Knight Rider, I would say.
Yeah, that was a good car too.
Love and Life did ask a question, and I know we tried to get to this last week. What are our thoughts on BTS not submitting any music to the Grammys? So we talked about it I think, not very much. And so my thing is good for them. My thing is good for them.
Absolutely. I totally applaud them for that because the Grammys are a farce.
Yeah.
They're a farce. It's all about uh, producers and executives, suits
Exactly.
slapping themselves on the back, and the hell with who really won. I mean, the amount of people who get bypassed at the Grammys is mind-boggling when they're clearly way more talented in the song or whatever it is that they're voting for is much better
Yeah.
than the winner usually.
Yeah, and I think the thing that they did poorly was they shoot themselves in the foot every time they're thinking we're going to create a new category to be more inclusive of other things. So they have, I think, what is it? Is it an Asian pop category or something? I don't even remember what it was.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
Instead of putting BTS into like just best pop album or best whatever album or whatever category, they pigeonhole them and say, nah, you can't have the big one, but you can win like the best Asian pop or whatever. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, a lot of the best bands from like when we grew up don't get their Grammys till the very end before somebody keels over dead.
Yeah.
There's the Moody Blues, Genesis, Yes, Rush. All these amazing bands and artists are always like at the last, and like, oh, finally, after 30 years, it's a big farce to me, and I applaud BTS for not falling for that stupid game.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Love and Life says they're called butterfly doors, I guess.
No, they're not. They were called batwing doors, the particular ones I'm telling you. Now, a lot of doors have different names. A lot of it has to do with how they open. Okay, now some open like this sideways, like a knife unfolding, and some open as one big piece, and some open as folding. They would come up and then they would fold as they went up. That's what I'm talking about.
Aren't those that's what Tesla has for their X?
Yeah.
It goes up and then they fold.
Yeah, they call them Goldwing for some reason.
Yeah. They just make up stuff. It's just a name.
Yeah.
Here's my age showing the Corvette from the show Route 66. Maureen says. I don't remember.
Was that a Stingray? Was that a Stingray?
She says it was a Corvette.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it was how old is that show?
From the early 60s. Like,
maybe it probably was a Stingray then.
That was a cool car. All the astronauts had them back then.
The Stingrays, the Corvette Stingrays from the 60s, stellar. I don't know if there's a better car. That's an amazing car. Just the look of it is it's so beautiful.
Yep, absolutely.
Vicky wanted to have the Supercopter.
What's that?
I can't remember which show that's from, but there's a Supercopter, but it's not a car. Yeah, I get that. I mean, that's like Airwolf. Did you ever watch Airwolf?
Yeah, I liked Airwolf.
I wanted that helicopter. Who didn't?
That was a cool helicopter.
Yep. Grammys are rigged. NC Dad says, I'll say it a million times. Let's see, what else? The scammies is what Army call them now. Army has called them that since the first loss. Crappy consolidation prize. Atia is here.
Oh my God.
Atia is here. Hello, Atia. Megsy wanted to share something on our Discord, and this was a little over almost 2 weeks ago. So we're just getting to it. She
Better
says
late than never.
that's true. She says the worst thing that ever happened to her at work was she had a complete breakdown, started sobbing, and got sent home. But the best thing, my work actually expressed genuine care for my mental health. I've always struggled with taking time off. Now I'm encouraged to take time when I need it. So I grew up that way, by the way, Megsy. I just worked no matter if I was sick, I needed a mental health day, whatever the case may be. I grew up thinking you had to work. It was just work, work, work. I never took a sick day. I never took a mental health sick day. And for like 20 years, I never missed a day. Which to now when I think about it seems pretty darn ridiculous. But it was just the way I was brought up. It was just the way I was brought up. So I get it. It's hard to request those days, but absolutely do it. That's why they're benefits.
Well,
That's
you
why
had a
they give you these.
taskmaster for a dad, so yeah.
my dad, my dad barely held on to jobs. He was an artist. That's
I know that feeling.
um so that was a good
Anyway,
question, Love and Life. Sorry, that was a good the BTS one is a good question. Sorry it took so long.
before we go too far, I just wanted to show you this cool car. It's up on my drive, top level. It's called Brooklyn Car.
You
Please
know
put
you
that
can
up.
you can do that.
No, I can't. I came in through the invitation, and I'm not a
Uh
host.
so you can't share
I
it.
have
All right.
to come in a different way somehow.
Say whoa, 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 whoa. This is a family show.
What?
What?
I don't know where your mind is half the time.
Family show, Sam. Stop it. All right, let me see. Let me pull it up here. What's it in? It's in what?
It's in the top level, my drive,
Okay. And it's called what?
Brooklyn
Got it.
Car.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Oh yeah, that's a nice car. Um,
It was way ahead of its time for the early 70s. It had all these safety features. There it is. Now, you see the bumper in the front? That's
Mhm.
the thing that would like
extend.
extend out if you were at a certain speed to help compensate for hitting. And the body, like I said, was made out of some sort of strange plastic that no matter what you do to it, it wouldn't bend, crack. I
It's a
love that
nice
car.
car. That's a nice
Yeah.
car. How
Mhm.
long did that last? How many Bricklands did they make? Probably not many.
Couple thousand, I think. They went out of business for whatever reason. I don't know what it was. But anyway,
That's fun. That's a fun car.
I love that car.
We are out of questions from Discord, by the way.
All right. Get to work, people. Give us questions.
Well, we're already at an hour.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to hard out. I gotta go.
Sam's got some stuff he's got to get done today, but I will say there's some stuff that we did get together. We filmed some things. We're gonna put some things out very quickly. Obviously, if you haven't seen Jenny, please go out and give it a like, watch it. I think it's pretty good, actually. I think it's pretty good. But I would also recommend sticking with us throughout the rest of the week because we have some BTS, we have or SB19, and some
We
other
have a-
ones that I
we have
won't share.
We have a parting gift from Love and Life. Thank
We
you so
do.
much, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
Ah, buttons. Let Scott do it.
Actually, I can
Sam
understand
Buttons,
that.
No. That's a good one. I still want to buy that shirt. Sam's got to put his F no logo on a shirt so I can buy it because I really want it.
You know what? I'll go and put it up on Printful.
Sam as a dinosaur. Sam on a dinosaur, I should say. Although
Now,
the other
should
one
there
would be
be-
pretty funny too. Sam
Should
as
I
a
put it
dinosaur.
on? Wait, should I put it on with text or just
No,
me on a
just
dinosaur?
you on a dinosaur on a green t-shirt. That's all I want.
All right.
All right, guys. We are gonna take off, but thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you on Thursday. We've got more coming, like I said, this week. So keep your eyes peeled. And this is Sam's. Sam's gonna give you some advice.
Can they hear me over this? I guess.
Probably not. It's really loud. We can't control volume on this thing.
Okay. This week's moment of Zen wisdom is come to the Thursday show because there'll be even more train wrecks
That's right.
and fiasco, which I'm looking forward to.
Which is hard to believe that we could actually hit that level, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna give it a shot.
There's a scientific term called. Are we going?
We're gonna go.
Scientific term called entropy. What that means is the breaking down of everything in the universe. So that's what I'm thinking about this show.
Vicky says Samus